Good morning. Here we are. Whoosah. Well, I'm back to using the laptop. No microphone, no camera. Couldn't get the things to work. I don't know. you know. Alright, let me see if I can do this so I can see your comments. It says too low of something. Good, 2 viewers. Hi, Donna. Good. I'm so glad you're here. I'm glad you're all here. Take some deep breaths with me. Start right away. I had a heck of a time getting started. I mean, I've been up since 5, y'all, as usual, but at the last minute, my camera and stuff didn't work. Anyway, so I'm sitting in my new chair, my jammies, and I have all my things. I grabbed the first piece of cardboard that I saw, so I have a small one to work with today. Grab whatever you have. Let me move this a little closer to me so I can see better. I'm Kim. Welcome to Creative Companions. If you're new here, Creative Companions is a place where we come to do self-care and believe in our artist self and share this group experience, though we're individuals doing a thing. Can I see my phone over there? So Creative Companions is to silence the censor and fan the flames or activate the creative spirit. So it's not really a how-to paint class, though we do paint a lot. Every week I try to do something different. Usually we have a book that we're using together as a guide for something to talk about while we create. We do all kinds of creative things, though. Today we're going to do I have acrylic paint. That's my medium that I like to use, but you could use markers if you'd rather, or colored pencils. We use cardboard because, well, there's way too much cardboard in the world, and you can just cut it into whatever sizes you want and make it into something beautiful within this hour, for example. Or this green thing is, yeah, you can see it. See that? That's made out of cardboard. Only cardboard and paint and glue. So sometimes we do those too, and I like showing people how to do that. So this is not a how-to Bob Ross how-to paint guided painting kind of class. It's come and don't be nervous. We're just going to have fun, and at the end of this hour, hopefully you'll feel some kind of better. Because that's the goal always. Raise our vibrations. And you'll have something beautiful that you created all by your little self. And that'll be fun. Today we're just going to use blue because I really want to address the idea of addressing the blues. It's winter time. Some of us live in cold climates where we've been in the house. There's also been the thing, for years now that have kept us isolated. I hear so many people saying, oh, I've become a hermit. Hermits unite. So this is me being a hermit and asking y'all to unite for this hour. I'm going to play with my screen a minute. We had someone new wanted to join, and I want to make sure I didn't miss his, I don't see it. Well, hope for the best there. I hope he can go back and watch it later if he didn't get to join before. Let me check all my things. Let's see. How do I do this? Okay. So we have 2 viewers here so far. Alright, so we're going to paint with blue today. So addressing this idea of the blues and the blahs, and I just, I hear so many people say, like, I don't create during that period when I'm just feeling funky. And I have learned and practiced creating through the funk. Paint anyway, write anyway, sing anyway, do the thing. And Creative Companions is about being committed to the care of the self, the care of the artist, taking care of that part of ourself or the child self. So we don't want to avoid what we're feeling. We want to face it, So we're going to face the blues and the what becomes some negative self-talk, perhaps. always addressing how we're talking to ourselves. Like right now, I'm sitting in my art room talking to myself, essentially. Keep looking at the camera. It's not even on. I should be looking at the computer if I want you at home to feel like I'm looking at you. Jeez. Yeah, so fumbling into new territory together, I said to somebody the other day, and they liked that. That's a good concept, coming out of our box and trying something new. So we're getting comfortable in our space right now. The first thing we do together every week in Creative Companions before we start the creative project for the week is meditate. So we're getting ready for that. So we're gathering our things right now, and go ahead and start breathing deeper. Relaxing into your space wherever you are. We're going to need a palette to put our paint on. I already said cardboard. I have blue, white, purple, and black. So going with the blue tones. I got some paper towels here, brushes, water, something to drink. Drink your water, hydrate, take care of you. Creative Companions is like the main affirmation we're working on is treating myself as a precious object makes it so precious object that you are. Get all the things that you need around you. Object, let's say being. Precious beings. Get your things you need around you so that you can comfortably stay in this space for the duration and enjoy this creative process with me. Take some deep breaths. There's a meme going around about scientifically, I know it doesn't matter, but it does matter what coffee cup you drink out of. And it sure does. It's my butterfly coffee cup I got for my birthday from Vern. He sent his daughter Tuesday out shopping. Yeah, butterflies. Transformation. So gather your things. I have some notes here. My paper towels fell. Just focusing on your breath as you gather your things. Let's go ahead and load our palettes right now, too. So I'm going to primarily, and I'm using acrylic paint, so acrylic paint you don't need much. On cardboard, we're going to be adding water, too, to the paint to help it move around on the cardboard, so you really don't need much paint. And you can always squeeze out more. So just a little. I'm going to do blue, white. I hope everybody had a good week. We did meet last week. We try to meet every week at 11. We use The Artist Way by Julia Cameron as our guide. And you can see all past live feeds on YouTube. Art by Kim Keffer on YouTube. Let me check my phone here. Sometimes I have an assistant, and that's helpful. Oh, okay, it has nothing to do with now. So, that has nothing to do with now, I just said. Which brings me to, I'm putting out some purple and some black as well on my palette. Which brings me to now, and why we meditate. We meditate to come to now. To be in the present moment. You can do that with the eyes closed. I do not meditate in an effort to escape anything. I meditate in an effort exclusively to be here now with myself, with the moment, with my life. Having experienced mental health issues and the one they call PTSD, and realizing how often I have been not here now for my life and I've missed stuff, makes me committed to the present moment and finding ways to be in it. In the flow, that's one way to say it. In the flow of the now. And we are noticing, we notice often that, we're mostly in the flow when we're doing that creative thing that we love to do. When we're painting, when we're playing our musical instrument, when we're dancing. When we're laughing with our friends, we lose track of ourselves. We lose track of time. Those things aren't real anyway. Those things are in motion. We're in motion. And life is happening in the present moment. So we meditate to relax ourselves in the now, to be able to be here and be present with ourselves for this activity and throughout our days, to be able to carry that into our current life situation, and knowing that you can handle whatever's coming your way, and it all starts with the breath. And we learn that through meditation and calming ourselves. And like Gina said to me, she's one of my yoginis, at any moment you can stop, feel your feet on the ground, and take a few deep breaths. And just know. So our palette's loaded with purple, blue, white, and a little black. We have a piece of cardboard to paint on. We have some brushes, water, paper towels, and we're getting ready to meditate. Take some deep breaths. Might sit all your things aside. I don't like to be encumbered with anything when I go to meditate. I made some notes, which I don't always do. Let's see what I wrote down about the winter blues before we start. Yeah, so though we do Creative Companions as a group, it's just like everything. Yes, we are all one, but we are also autonomous beings with our own personal journeys, lights, issues. So it's always interesting to me to see when we do these things as a group, how similar and different the outcomes are. How similar and different. So, winter blues, addressing the question of creating when we don't feel well. So, this week, we're going to take a long, hard look at how is our mental health? What are we thinking? How is our self-talk? You know, maybe the state of the world is weighing heavy on you if you think about it too long, if you watch the news too much, which I don't. I don't look at TV. So we're going to meditate and just deepen our breaths. I'm going to set a timer this week. I don't usually do that. For just 2 minutes. And for the first 2 minutes while we're just breathing, you can leave your eyes open or closed, whatever comfortable for you. And go ahead, and while I'm just setting the timer, just keep breathing in and out, deepening your breath. And we're just going to allow thoughts to come and notice them. Just notice what comes up. And let them go and move on and focus on the breath. Notice whatever thought comes up. I'm noticing that I'm not sure how to set my timer. No, that's not what I want to do. Let's trash that one. Okay. Okay. So wherever you are, just go ahead, get comfortable in your seat. You can meditate standing, sitting, lying down. This is our Sunday fun day, comfortable get together. So I'm sitting lotus, comfortable, cross-legged in my chair. My back nice and straight. You can just rest your hands wherever they're comfortable. I'm just going to breathe now. I'm going to set the timer and go. And just notice what comes up for you as you breathe. Once a thought comes, just let it pass. Just notice it. It's not right or wrong, good or bad. It's just a thought, and on it goes. Notice the space between thoughts. Breathing, just noticing. Letting thoughts come, noticing them, letting them pass. Keep breathing. That was 2 minutes. Keep breathing. We're still meditating. Now just breathing in and out and repeating the thought, I am here now. I am here now. If you would like to open your eyes and keep breathing and repeating the thought in your mind, I am here now. I'll tell you when to stop. Keep breathing. That was 1 minute of I am here now. We're going to go 1 more minute now. Breathing deep. I am relaxed now. Repeating the thought. I am relaxed now. Breathing deep. Opening your eyes, wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, smile. I am here now. It's good to be here. It's good to be here now with you. You just meditated for 4 minutes. That was 4 minutes, broken up a little bit by me, but that was 4 minutes. Good job. Good job. So there's no right or wrong. So quickly though, let's grab our cardboard, and whatever thought you can remember that reoccurred during those first 2 minutes, write it on what you consider the back of your cardboard. It might be negative. It doesn't matter. No good or bad. No right or wrong. Was there a thought that recurred to you that you moved on, that came back, that you moved on during that first part? I wrote mine down. You don't have to show anybody or tell anybody. Just write that down. The other, we use some tools on the regular in Creative Companions to help with our creative recovery, and one of them is journaling, and you can write that down in your journal, whatever it is. Those are the journals for your eyes only. So my point is, you need to have a safe space where you can just be. And Georgia O'Keeffe said, when the whole world is working so hard to, something like this, I can't quote her exactly, to make me be everything they think I should be, the least I can do is paint how I want to. The least I can do is create how I want to. So in our journals and on our canvases and on our cardboards, you can do whatever the heck you want. Do it how you want to, and you're learning how to just be you however you want to be, regardless of the censors and society and all the things that has stifled us and made us think we need to silent be. Right? Right? All right, so maybe you discovered in that meditation and just here now this morning and listening to what I have to say, or maybe you've discovered recently that you've got some kind of case of the blues, that you're not like being your best self, that you got some negative self-talk going on. So you may be avoiding doing the things you like to do, like coming to Creative Companions, like creating your art. So we're going to start there and go, we're going to create anyway. So maybe I feel dark and blue and gray and drab today, but I'm going to create anyway. And I'm just going to create from that feeling of dark and blue. So the first thing we're going to do is grab the biggest brush we got and dip that in some water. And get your paper towels ready. I don't need this anymore. I don't. Well, maybe I do. So with the quickness, we're just going to cover our cardboard. I'm going to go really purple, and you know how I do. I put two colors on my brush at a time and just do it. So I put some purple and blue on there, and I'm going to just cover this. I'm going to add more water so that moves a little better. And you can play around. You know, the cardboard's a really fun surface to paint on and just play with. So make this as dark as you feel. You might want to just make it black, or you just might want to make it purple. However you do you. I'm going to do a combination of all of the above. I just added a little black, and I'm going to try not to just cover it with black. I'm going to try to let the purple and blue show some spots. I'll try to show you what I'm doing. There is no try, only do or do not. So showing up, that's how art gets made. That's how it gets done. You show up for the project, for your art. You just show up to create something. No judgment about what you're creating, good or bad. Don't put any white in your paint right now. Let's just embrace the darkness at this part. We'll get to the white. So yeah, let's just get all that brown covered. All the cardboard covered. No hurry, no worry. We don't need to rush through our creative projects. You know, we often rush through so much of our lives, watching the clock. Time isn't real. Only love matters. Only now matters, really. How you being right now. How you feeling right now. It's the only thing that's real. Okay, so I got purple blue. See? So go ahead, and I'll give you some time to do that. And then we're just going to set it down for a second and let it dry. Find your coffee, take a drink. So writing in our journals, that's the morning pages. We do 3 pages of brain drain and just get it on the page, whatever it is. It doesn't matter. There is no right or wrong ways. You know, some days my journal is the place where I complain, and then I get tired of hearing myself complain, and I don't want to do complaining anymore. And I get down to, okay, how do I retrain my brain and start writing some positive affirmations and being grateful. Man, that's a good one. That's a good way to use your journal, is write a gratitude list. You know, some people say, well, why would I journal? I'm not a writer. Well, neither am I. But guess what? After journaling for 20-something years, wait, my son's going to be 28 this month. So after journaling for 28 years, 3 pages of brain drain in the morning, I think I've written more than 1 book. And I've intentionally written 1, though I, you know, will still go, I'm not a writer. And people maybe don't come to Creative Companions because they go, well, I'm not an artist. Well, guess what? I believe that we're all artists. We have creative spirits. You know, there's something that you want to create. And it's different for all of us. You know, we all have our own thing. And we're just here to encourage one another to do that thing. Just do that thing. Just do that thing. Make a commitment. I had to recommit to my oil paintings this week because, you know, I have these ladies I'm painting on, if you know. There's a lot of them. And I feel like I've been neglecting them. So I made a commitment to paint every day on the oil paintings again. And that's what we learn. Everything's a practice. And this is coming back to the practice. So the practice of addressing the blues when you get to feeling the blues. Make art from there. Write in your journal from there. Go wham, wham, wham. Let your crybaby cry once in a while. Speaking of which, maybe you've been crying some. Or maybe it's been raining where you are. So next we're going to work with the teardrop shape. So I am going to choose a brush that comes to a point. I don't know how well you can see that. See that? It comes to a point. I'm going to put it in the water first. Wipe it off with my paper towel a little bit. Let me demonstrate for you. So I'm going to use light blue for this. So I'm going to mix this. A little blue, a little white. If you can see that too, but I'll make a nice light blue there. Now, I don't want my brush to be very wet with this, so I'm going to wipe most of it off, but I just have a nice light blue color now. I'm going to wipe some off on my paper towel too. Okay, so maybe you've been crying, maybe it's been raining, it's been dark. So we're just going to embrace that shape of the teardrop. So I'm just going to make a teardrop right here. I didn't think about that at all. I just went, well, I'm going to put one there. And I like how it fuzzed out a little bit. It's not a solid line. Kind of, my brush is a little dry intentionally. Now maybe you want to repeat that shape. Or maybe you only want to make one. Maybe you want to make one really big one. I'm going to make another one go in the opposite direction. And whoa, it got really big. And again, I'm not thinking about it. I didn't plan it. Just zip, make the shape. And if making that shape leads you to want to make it another one, where would it go? Where did you put it? I'm going to put one here, I reckon. Also, learning to just keep that breath going that we were doing in meditation, and just it keeps all your systems working better to just breathe deeply. And we often breathe so shallowly throughout our day, even hold our breaths, especially if we get nervous. And we don't have to be nervous. We're just here to have fun. I love you so much, and I'm glad you're here. So you could cover this with this teardrop shape if you like. And I'm thinking of like the white lines are the places where the light's getting through from the darkness. And that thought makes me think, oh, so there could be little spots of light getting through. So I'm going to leave this darkest area dark right now, and I'm going to flick some paint on it to make little spots. So I'm going to pick the right brush. For flicking paint, you want a brush that's pretty stiff, that you can do that, and the paint, that one's not stiff enough. There we go. So I'm going to take a little white just on the end of that brush. It's a flat brush that I chose, and I'm going to come over here and just, do you see that? Flicking little dots. And you can play with how far away from the canvas you flick, how close. The closer you go, the bigger the dots, obviously. Now you might only want those dots where the teardrops aren't, or the raindrops, or whatever you're considering those to be. Or maybe you want it on them too. One thing we've learned about painting, you can always paint over. There are, you just keep going from where you are. You're not going to erase. And just like in life, you're not going to erase, you're not going to take away that action that occurred or that thing that occurred. But you can move on. It's your life, it's your canvas, you get to paint on it. However you do. So I just smeared some of those I don't know why, so they look like little shooting stars or something. Yeah, so maybe you want to keep making some teardrop shapes. I'm going to make a few more. I'm going to give you some time to do that. And make your teardrop shapes really beautiful. Take your time. Tears and rain, water is cleansing. A big drink of water is, take a cleansing drink of water, they say. And I've learned that a big drink of water is one way to bring yourself to the now. If you just gulp a glass of water, you're holding your breath while you drink. So after the gulp, you're going to take a which is really good for you. Slowing down. So slow down. I'm going to make some little teardrop shapes next. So we made some art a couple weeks ago about golden opportunities being everywhere. And I've had many new opportunities show up, and just having discretion about the direction that I want to go. Taking my time and doing it slow. No hasty decisions, Hey Roots, if you're listening, I just sounded like you. That all just rhymed. That's the other thing in your journals. You may find like, oh, yesterday all I did was whine. Today all I can do is rhyme. and everything rhymes that you write. Maybe you play a musical instrument and that which you wrote becomes a song. What other tools do we use? We use meditation. We use 3 pages of brain drain, morning pages. Ah, yes, and artist dates. Just doing something we love to do. Getting in the habit of daily doing things that you love to do. It's interesting how easy it is to spend our time doing things we don't like doing. And we feel like we're cheating if we do things we like doing. It's so weird, humans. Snap out of it! Stop doing that. Have fun. We just came here to have fun, didn't we? You know, one of my counselors is, I went to counseling a lot when I was younger, addressing my mental health. And one of my counselors said, what if we're just here to enjoy the experience of life and all this searching and thinking and that we do is just a waste of time, and it's just taking us away from the now and the enjoying of what is life in front of us and is magic. Life is magic. Okay, I added some purple to my teardrop there. I didn't tell you, but just cause, and you can do whatever you want. So I'm going to just make a circle inside of my teardrop with the purple. And I'm going to give my teardrop some dimension. So if you want to follow me, I'm just going around the inside of that teardrop starting at the top, but then when I get to the fat part, making a circle. That didn't go real well. Let's do that again. When you get down here at the bottom, you come around and make a circle. I'll try to show you. See? Can you see it? It's the purple. It's subtle. Actually, let's add a little white to the purple now. So I have a little bit lighter purple on this next one and see if I like that better. It's your paint and do whatever you want. And I love when you all share your art in the comments or on the page. Again, I love seeing how similar and different they are. Okay, so see, I made a circle in each one of these. I'm going to go around that again. This is going to give them more dimension. I'll show you in a second. Just want to accentuate that circle. Now I'm just going to take white, and like if it's a bubble, like you know how bubbles, like magic rainbow bubbles, when you look at a bubble and they're see-through, but you can see them. So why is it that you can see them? Because they have a bunch of highlights and stuff on them. So that's what we're going to make, like the highlights inside these teardrop bubble things here we got going on. So maybe it has a highlight that comes like this. You can make like this pretty little, oh, that's like an upside down teardrop. So you can stick with that teardrop shape and just make a smaller upside down teardrop inside each one of your circles that we just made that are inside the teardrop. You see what I'm saying? And see how that gives that more dimension, and then just is making that teardrop look more rounded. Do another one over here, the little guy. And you don't always have to finish your creative project during the hour of Creative Companions. You can finish it after. Sometimes I finish mine after we go off the air. And by the way, I'm thinking of starting to use Zoom. If anyone has any thoughts about that, I'd love to hear them. So, there you go. Now maybe you want to flick some more paint. Maybe you want to add, like I made some fingerprints here at the bottom by holding my cardboard while my fingers were, well, the paint was still wet, whatever. I'm going to just cover that a little bit so it looks a little neater. Just go with some purple and black right there, and just, we go from where we are and make the most of it. There you go. Now, on the back of our cardboard, we had written whatever was a thought that kept coming during our meditation. And maybe that was a thought that's not serving us well. Maybe that's a scary thought. You don't have to share it with me. No, I'm not going to share mine right now. But what I'd like you to do is think about, how could I counter that? What would be the opposite thought that would serve me well? And then we're going to take a small brush. And I encourage you, if you are painting, you might like go, oh my, now she's going to ask me to write words with a paintbrush. So what I was about to say was, the tendency I see is to go, I'll just grab a marker. Let's do it with a paintbrush, just cause. So I'm just going to grab like a little pointy one, not too small, and dip it in some water. Let's add now to our affirmation too, if you can. The word now. So now, blank, blank, whatever it is, or whatever it is, and then end it with now. Okay? So my affirmation that I'm going to write is, I am safe now. So I'm going to just take some white and a little bit of purple on my brush. And in this dark area is a great place to write that. So I'm going to write it fancy in cursive, how I write, because someday no one will be able to read it. And, you know, you could do it like as fancy as you want to. There's the letter I. Then deepen in your breath and take in your time. Like sometimes I get so excited when I'm painting that my hand's shaking, that I have to take some time to breathe and relax before I address the canvas. Again, we're often so rushed through our lives, and we're rushing ourselves. When no one else is rushing us, we're rushing ourselves. It's interesting. It's cue to slow down. Take some deep breaths. Take your sweet time. It's your time, ain't it? So, and it's your art you're creating. And the only way to create more art is to take your time. To commit your time to creating art. So maybe you write, I am purple and white. I'm liking that. You know. And whatever you're doing, give it all you got. Give it your best shot. Do your best. Take your time. I am what? We don't, yeah, just flow. You have your own flow and how you write, how you like to make the letters. Do it that way. How'd you do it when you were a kid doodling? How did you like to make your letters? Do it that way. I do a combination of cursive and printing. And I don't know. Can people read it? I don't know. It's like hieroglyphics, I guess, because it's my own style. I can read that. No, don't let it say no. It has to say now. Hurry, get that W on there. No hurry, no worry. Are you still breathing deeply? How are you feeling? How you doing, Donna? Yeah, so I'd love to see what you have created. I've been into making like this little thing right there under my W. And I'm going to try to turn that. No, I'm not. There is no try, only do or do not. I'm going to turn that into a little fairy. You know, once I started painting there on that little character, I suddenly could see it. You know, it was like it's already there. I'm just outlining it, giving it wings. There we go. She's kind of like flying there at the bottom. I don't know how well you can see that, but I'll take a picture later. And I hope you will too. I hope you'll enjoy your day today. Whatever you do, enjoy yourself. It's your day. I'm still here in newborn land in Ohio in the winter. We have a little snow on the ground. My grandson is downstairs, so I spend a lot of time holding the baby and loving on the baby, and man, that's good medicine. So find things to do today that feel good to you. Catch yourself when you're not present and come back. You can do it. I gave it a little face. Today's gonna be the most spectacular day. Now you could add more, I'm gonna add some light blue and some like star shapes to this. See it up there? Well, I can't even point. I can. There we go. Maybe you outline your letters a little bit with a different color. No, and today we set a timer for meditation. We don't usually do that. I just flow. But, in practicing the art of taking time for ourselves, we often cheat ourselves. Like I always plan for Creative Companions to be about an hour. And so I have all my things available to me here so I can sit here for an hour. So many of us say, oh, I have ADHD, or I can't concentrate. I can't concentrate when I'm depressed. So we have to have a little self-discipline at those times, and maybe setting a timer helps. I'm going to sit in this spot for the next 4 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Could I sit here for 20 minutes? Could I practice my guitar for the next hour? I like to have all my things around me and see how long can I stay here without interruption, without anybody needing me. How many minutes do I get? And that's a mom thing. I'm available to them, but yeah, I'm going to steal those moments in between for my artist self and create some art. And it's nice. This is different for me right now to be in a space where I have my art set up, my paints are out all the time and available, and I can just grab it and do it, and I'll have to put it away in between because there's no children coming into my space. My sanctuary. We all deserve to have one of those, For years mine had been on the road. The difference there is I would have to put my art supplies away and then get them out and then put them away and get them out. And sometimes that alone can keep you from doing your art. I'm just too lazy to get them out again. And then I know I'm going to have to clean up after, and that just all sounds like a lot of work, so I'm not going to do that. So it's just like breaking out of those cycles, and whatever your situation is, how can I spend some time with my artist self today? There. That's a good question to ask yourself on the daily. What am I going to make today? That's what River says. What we going to make today, Granny? So maybe you're going to bake a cake, or maybe you're going to make some visual art. Maybe you're going to make something you never made. Well, you're definitely going to make something you never made before, because it's always new and every day's different. And that's the other thing. How do you get good at your art form, your chosen art form, the one that you like to do. How do you get good at it? You practice. You practice, and you practice, and you practice, and you practice. And then it becomes just the thing that gets you through, you know? So there you have it. We can turn our teardrops into art too, and just know that, you know, water is cleansing, tears are cleansing too, and this too shall pass, and sometimes it goes the other way. And take your broken heart and make it into art, somebody said to me once. I think that's a good one. And then share that. And as always, when you create a piece of art, honor it, put your name on it. This calls for some glitter. I'm not going to sign it yet because I'm going to put some glitter paint on it. Sign it and date it. Keep it. Display it somewhere. Maybe where you'll see it, where your grandkids will see it, and it might inspire them. You know, these art projects that we do with Creative Companions, they're all easy to do with kids. So I do a lot of them with my granddaughter River and look forward to, you know, when I'm on the road, I do them with kids. So, oh, I'm going to put a little face inside my letter O on the now right now, just cause. Are you still breathing? I'm sure you are. But are you breathing deeply? Hi, Mercedes. What did she just say? Right? We are just here to have fun, I think. What if? We don't have to be nervous. We just came to have fun. I was talking about that the other day. I find it interesting. Like, I'm gone to, like, public places, like a swimming hole in Florida where I went with my friend Joe and Mufasa. And there were people there, and they were playing in the water quietly, though. Like, it's weirdly quiet. And we're, you know, unicorns and such, so we were doing a lot of and laughing and falling off the unicorn that we were trying to ride, and it was all a hoot and a howl. So much so that one of the security people said to Joe, "Whoa, you like to shout out once in a while, don't you?" It's like, yeah, I came to have fun. I don't know about the rest of y'all. I don't know. We hold ourselves back. It's weird. It's weird how humans do. So yeah, there, I made a little face inside my O. Can you see it? Something looks weird about it. Its mouth. Let's give it some purple on the mouth. That's the other thing about our art in our life. We need to take a wide angle view sometimes. Step back. Look at it from far away. Take your glasses off so it's blurry. Look at it through blurry eyes. Then it becomes an abstract. You're not so focused on every little detail and nitpicking it apart. You know? Interesting. So, I'm going to make a little adjustment here. When we make adjustments, better and better. Well, you go, well, that didn't work what I just did, so I guess I'll try something else. Okay. Oh, there we go. So share with me in the comments any art you created today when it's done. I love seeing. And I see you all out there enjoying your lives and shining your lights and doing your art, man. Some of you are creating some beautiful stuff. Well, everything I see, yeah. You're all creating beautiful stuff. Are you breathing? Here now. Recognize the now. Take a look around the room. Look away from your art. Okay. Oh. That's right. I'm on camera. Oh, you guys. So, I've been wanting these for a while. Like, so every once in a while, look at everything through rose-colored glasses. Switch your perspective. Change your paradigm. I think we're going to sign off. Remember to sign your art. Enjoy your fine self. It's been fun hanging out with you today. Exciting things to come. Can't tell you everything. I don't know everything. Just be here now. We're making it up as we go along. The story continues. Peace out, people. Loving you. Take your time with yourself this week.